we're going under. But I've talked enough.
I have a question about the time study. Kind of relates to Alex's question earlier. Are all of you in agreement with Angela doing a time study? Because I'm not getting a clear indication from all of you that you're in agreement for that.
I am.
You were gonna reach out to Tyler the last we talked about it.
Yeah.
And
To find out if they have to. Correct me, don't let me put words in your mouth, but basically from talking to
Well,
Tyler.
You wouldn't be the only person that's ever done that. That's a pretty frequent occurrence.
But from talking to Tyler, just, he thinks that probably the office holder could, but again, like he said, why would you? Because if you want a third party to come in, or, you know, another person to come in and justify the workload, you know, then let them come in. If you're refusing to let them come in, then my opinion on this, not what Tyler said, but my opinion on this would be that then you have to make decisions as a board based off of what you perceive and what you see and what everything, if the office holder doesn't allow you to come in. So I just want to make sure, because everybody keeps talking about the time study and going to it, but my direction has been to halt the time study. So are we going forward with it?
I don't have a problem with
Everybody's okay with her going ahead and at least
I am
initiating?
I am absolutely do it.
Okay, I just want to make sure, because I don't want to get held up even further, you know, because I just want to make sure you all want it.
Well, I agree. I could just say this on the record, that any office holders, if you deny her access, that's a big mistake, big mistake. That's all I'll say.
I'd like to say something. I wasn't aware, or nobody's approached me about an office study, and nobody's questioned me about that, but I have not denied anybody any access to my office, but I do take what you just said, Max, as a threat.
I'm not threatening anybody, I just saying it would be a mistake.
How would that be? I mean, can you justify a mistake as what you're
It'd be a
explaining?
mistake for that office to either increase employees or find out more information. It'd be a mistake because, on our part, because we're not gonna have accurate information then. I'm not threatening anybody.
Well, maybe I took, and maybe it was just me personally, the way I took the tone of your voice and your actions.
Well,
And
that's
I
fine.
may-
I have a bad habit of that, I understand that. But no, I'm not threatening anybody with anything. But I'm just saying it would be a mistake on the county if she's denied access. For all kinds of reasons, nothing personal.
And for the record, we've invited, I know I have anyway, I can speak for myself, every commissioner to come in at any time. I've got an open door policy. I've spoke to all of you on the phone. I've sent emails. I've asked for all of you at multiple times to come in and see our workload as far as us, the judges, the courts. I haven't seen anyone to come in and observe. I'll just say that.
I came in after you did that one time, I'll admit.
To observe, to stay with us. And
I didn't stay all day.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, to do, because I know that
I'm
you guys
not-
did it to the sheriff. And I'm not saying that. I'm just saying though, I mean, we've offered that in the past and it's never went forward. So I do want to just say that.
I'm not qualified to watch what you're doing. I'll be the first to admit and know
But I
if
mean,
you're
what
working
training-
or not.
Right, so I mean, but as far as the time study, when you say that, I mean, what qualifications will she have to know what we do? That's my question too, so if you're gonna appoint her to do the time study, what qualifications does she have behind to come back to where you're gonna have legitimate answers as, you know, to the statistics as how it can justify our office or not?
As an HR person, I think she is qualified to be able to document certain things. No, she's not gonna know exactly everything you do in there. She'll learn along with it too.
Okay.
But it's, you know, it's a learning curve for everybody. So, I mean, she's way more qualified than I am, I can tell you that.
Okay.
Probably anybody in this room. She's been
Anybody
doing
in this
this for
room,
20
she's
years.
been doing it for several years. So, you know,
I'd like to clarify something that I said to Ms. Nash. I was not trying to say that public comment shouldn't be made. I was saying from my perspective that my answer to those questions is set, and if you'd like to speak again at more meetings, please do it, because I'm saddened by the number of people that don't come to these meetings, and I'm glad you do, and I didn't want it to come across as a threat or as saying that I don't want people to have input or to ask questions, because that's not the case. It's just that from one commissioner's perspective, those questions have been answered for me. And so if I don't provide a long answer every week, then that's why, that's all I'm saying.
Well, okay, I realize in the Open Meetings Act, I think it's 5 minutes per
Mhm.
person. My point was, my question was like 15 seconds. Danny's answer, which he did answer me, was the
Right.
6 or 7 minutes.
And I was,
Just saying.
That was a pretty fast answer for me.
I was gonna say, that was actually pretty recent. And my comment about the 5 minutes wasn't necessarily that you were taking up 5 minutes, it was that we'll give everybody their 5 minutes for any question that they want to ask, but I'm not guaranteeing that we're going to entertain every question with a long response, because some of them, for the 5 of us, have already been established, and to waste additional time while we have issues like revenue streams or the full-time employment equivalent study, those kinds of things need to take precedent over questions that we've already answered, and that's all.
Except for they're in a new context now, because we're talking about the budget,
Yes.
so it isn't in a new context, is my point.
Sure.
So,
Sure.
Yeah.
Any more public comments?
Do you think you're going to approve budget tentatively today, or?
It's possible.
I can't answer that.
Okay, well,
I thought we would approve it this
I guess I'm still confused as to what do you have left to decide. I'm not saying these cuts should or shouldn't be made, I'm just saying, what is the plan? Because we are 2.5 months into a fiscal year.
One vote has to change.
Okay, well, what would change either of your votes, or either of your 3 votes? What is the,
Well, I'll be
Status here.
completely transparent here. I voted no because undoubtedly there's some information or something that can come to the table because of a no vote. So, because I am prepared to vote yes, but 2 commissioners voted no, so undoubtedly there's information I need to hear.
well, I guess I would like to hear that information.
Yeah.
As well, so, but I'm not at liberty to stay here all afternoon, because I have to do some things in my office, so.
I really don't think it'll take all afternoon.
Okay.
No.
Well,
In fact, we were going to discuss what time we were coming back. I don't know what time it is now, somebody can tell me.
10:30.
10:30.
10:30.
We've
No,
got a
you can
short,
Oh, sorry.
we've got a short
Yeah.
executive session, give everybody a little break, we can come back, I don't know, 11:30, you know,
Suits me.
11:30 works.
11:30? Okay.
I make a motion, we go into executive session.
Second.
For, you have to say.
Oh, for labor.
Negotiating matters.
Got it. Sorry about that. I'm usually better than that.
It's okay.
So thank you.